Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today we're going to talk a little bit about updates, some customer service updates on a couple of the problem items that we had that were delivered here. We talked about them before. We're just going to give you a status update on where we are on our responses from a couple of the companies that we have some problems with their products. Not too big a deal. I think we'll survive. Anyway, let's go ahead and get today started. Now, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. So what you think, Hop-On? You ready to take a dip inside the swimming pool? I don't know. Well, anyway, the skies are starting to get cloudy here this morning. It was really beautiful. It was really beautiful earlier this morning. We had lots of clear blue skies with no clouds, but it's starting to do its normal thing daily here. We are starting to get some of the clouds. Maybe it'll clear up a little bit later. Maybe I could take a dip inside the swimming pool. Well, a couple of the things that we're going to talk about this morning is our response from our customer service people out of China from the Alibaba purchase that we did for two sets of this table and two chairs. We have another one. You saw in an earlier video the other one, it's all broken. It has something to do in shipment. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, as well as our customer service response for the pHin water monitor that we have right here. Now the hardware is okay, but you saw when we did our setup with the software application that there was a problem. We couldn't upload our calibrated strips so that we can make sure that we have fine accuracy of what this is reporting. So we're going to do that. We're going to talk a little bit about that this morning. But before we do, I want to show you a couple of things inside the garden over here. Now, I always like to give updates because there's a lot of people following the progress of what's going on in the garden here in the back of Villa Feliz. And I'm excited about some new developments and some old developments that are really looking good as well. Let's look inside the garden for a moment. Now, I just want to start out. I want you to look at the tomatoes. We've been eating tomatoes like crazy around here. We'll be pulling 1, 2, 3. We'll pull these 3 off in just a little bit. I'll just pull one off right now. We're going to pull these off, and this is about the stage. If you want sun-ripened tomatoes for here in the Philippines, what I found, I pulled them off while they were green, I pulled them off when they were about this stage, and I pulled them off when they got red on the vine here. But this is about the stage right here that I find is the best, that we could bring inside the house. A little bit of green, maybe even a little bit more green than this right here. And then when we bring it inside the house, it will get to a really rosy. I'll show you a picture. I took a picture the other day of one that we were just about to eat. So the tomatoes are doing really good here. Also, what I want to show you is our lemons. Remember our Jurassic Park lemon? This is my tomato. I want you to see this lemon here. This is almost the size of one of those mini footballs that you use when you go out to the beach side and you throw the Nerf football kind of thing. That's a lemon. Can you believe that's a lemon? Well, there are lemons all over on this tree. This is the first year it's made so many of these lemons. And I think we have, oh yeah, here's another one growing over here. And they're just all over the place. So we got lemons growing here. Our apple guava is doing really good. Remember, I put it inside these little mesh bags to keep the insects. But these are doing really good as well right here. I have a couple of them right here. I have some blossoms starting out, new ones like right here. But one thing I really wanted to show you, and you can probably see it a little bit from right here, and we're going to go over there. Look at the little bit of redness inside our pineapple over here. We have a pineapple that is emerging already. It's emerging, and as you can see, there it is right there. So I'm hoping this will work with my schedule because all of the islands we have here have pineapples. We have, I think about 5 here. 3 of or at least 2 are kind of big. That one over there, this one here. We have another one over there. We have another one, here, a little tiny one right here that is slow to grow because it doesn't get a lot of sun because of our mango tree right here. And every one of our islands, every single one, the raised flower bed gardens, they all have we all have our pineapples. So I'm hoping the way this is going to work, slowly each one will grow, not all produce pineapples at the same time, because it takes 2 years. It takes 2 years for pineapples. So you got pineapple there. We have some pineapples over here. Right, there you go, one there, one over here. So we got pineapples growing everywhere around here. Now, I'm an experimenter. I like to experiment. So I decided to leave one of the calamansi fruits on our calamansi tree, and I want to see how orange it will get, how big it will get if I don't pick it up like we normally do for accent juices for some of our recipes inside the house. Let me show you what one looks like right now. Well, coming over to our calamansi tree, look at this guy right here. I left this one. I just want to see how orange will it get, and it's doing good. There's no insect problems with it so far. I'm going to keep an eye on this guy right here. I want to see if when it gets, I want to see first, will it get all orange around, and then open up and see if you can taste any sweetness as opposed to some of the tart flavor that you normally get from a calamansi fruit. All right, well, let's take a look at the bananas. we got a small bunch of bananas growing right here. It's doing good. Remember, this is our, let's see, I believe this is our Lantundan. I think this is our Lantundan. Some people are saying that this is Lakatan. I think it's Lantundan. I don't know. All I know is it produces really good bananas, and the bananas from here, they kind of have a little bit of a citrus taste to it, like a citron or lemony, a little bit slight flavor on that. And we just finished up our Cavendish bunch. I think we're down to the last few Cavendish bananas inside the house. We have several plants. I need to thin this out just a little bit. Some of the babies around the bottom need to be removed, put into another location, because I only want 1 to 2 plants right here, and I think this is going to be the next one right here that will produce. So we're waiting on this one right here. The one I put on John's lot behind us, this is Sabah, along with all the other ones. I have Cavendish and Lakatan and Lantundan. I have all those varieties for him over there. But the Sabah is doing really good right here as well. Back over here again, back by the raised bed garden. I kind of passed by it. This is our pomegranate. Our pomegranate is kind of weird. Our pomegranate is, it makes, I get pomegranate fruit all year round from this guy right here. But there's just a few here and a few there. But it's okay. We're just, we'll take what we can get. Now that's about the main thing I wanted to share with you with some of the updates on some of the fruit in the backyard. But today is not about the fruits or the vegetables or any of the growth of the plants and the trees back here in the backyard of Villa Feliz. What today is going to be about is our customer service update. And I want to talk a little bit about that. Let's go ahead and start with the pHin. Remember, we just did an episode. We did a product review on the pHin water care monitor system. Now the pHin is that product that we have that's doing the automatic monitoring of our water to make sure that our water is safe. But we had a problem with that last week when we did the installation, and it has to do with part of the calibration procedures. So we'll talk about that in a minute. And then there's one more item, like I said early in the episode, that has to do with our customer service response for some of the furniture that we bought from a Chinese company off of Alibaba. All right, let's first start by talking about my initial customer service experience working with the pHin people. Remember, pHin is a product that's made to monitor the water. It's an automatic water monitoring system. It monitors the pH, it monitors the chlorine level that you have inside your swimming pool. It monitors the temperature, and it also monitors some other things if you have a calibrated test strip that can be uploaded to their server so they can do some analysis of your water quality. And therein lies the problem. The application will not allow us to upload the photo. You take a picture of a test strip after you've dipped it inside the water and you compare it with a little chart, and then you upload it. Well, the upload always fails. I've done 3 tests so far. They give you 25 strips, so I'm down to 22 test strips right now, with the first 3 unable to send. And what I have done for my troubleshooting is I've tried multiple network connections over VPNs, over our high-speed internet that we have here, which we have no problem with our internet. So we know it's not a problem with the internet. And I went over the VPN in case there was some sort of something blocking it, basically, and that didn't help as well. And I sent that information to the customer support representative when we sent it to Phin. Well, I received a reply back, and I believe the person's name was Melly, if I remember correctly. Let me look at my emails that I have inside here. Okay, yes, I found the email, and the email says, "Hi James, please take a look at the tips in this link." So she sent me a link to the phin.co website, and it actually has to do with the test strip kit. And it shows you to make sure that you align it up properly, you have the proper lighting, all the things that I did. I'd already read about these before. But I understand that there is a script that each one of these troubleshooting people have to do. It's just like when you call up somebody when you have problems with your internet, and you get a hold of your service provider, and they always say the first thing, have you rebooted your modem or your router or your computer? It's a scripted thing. You have to do that. So you play a little bit of a dance. It's a dance that goes between you and the customer. And I understand that. It's no problem. So we reviewed this, and it really didn't say anything different than what we had already done for our testing. So what I did a follow-up email to this email right here, sent it right back to Melly at the Hayward support, which is the parent company of Phin, and I gave snapshots, screenshots of all the things that we had done here, including the test strip, calibration strip photo that we submitted. I took a screenshot of each one of those. I have not received a response yet from Hayward. Melly, if you're out there, help me out with this. Let's go ahead and get this finished. So that's where we are in that. But what I am going to do to try to be a little proactive, because I came out of the customer support business also in technology. And one of the things that you can try to do is try to test something on a different platform, because that's one of the things that I'm sure that they might ask me. If it didn't work on this phone right here, did you try it on another device? So what I did was I loaded it on my wife's phone as well. The application, I logged in with my account, so we're going to try that. That will be the thing I will do. Now I will give you the results of that once we do that test this morning. All right, so that's enough about the Phin. Let's talk about one more thing. All right, now let's do a follow-up on our customer service experience with the company on Alibaba that we purchased the table and chair sets from. Okay, I'm going to try to compress all this information right now into a very short segment. It's kind of difficult for me to do because I'm all into details, but I'll try to keep as many details inside as possible so that it's all relevant. So what happened was, we received a broken table. We contacted the company on Alibaba, the seller that we purchased it from, and we shared with them our experience of our receipt of the broken table. They corresponded back with us, asked us to send them pictures. We sent them pictures. They replied back to us after validating that, yes, indeed, we have a problem here. They gave us some very nice options. I was pleasantly surprised. So we thought all these options are really great. We would be happy with any of the three that they offered. So what Ness did, she kind of looked to expand her options on it. She kind of looked at some of the other products that they had on their website, and she found a nice table that had a little grill built inside. It was a set that she really liked. So she went back and she said, can we get this? Can we get the table with the little grill in the center of it? And then at first they said, yes, that won't be any problem. Then they came back to us and they said, well, if we send this, it's a bit bigger than the first item and there would be something like a $75 excess shipping charge because of the size of this item. Well, the whole thing was we want zero cost we just wanted a replacement. So if we have to pay more money, then we'll go with one of the other two options, either the refund or the replacement of the original table. So we would be happy with any of these. So that's where we are at right now. Ness sent that information back, and the customer service rep over there, her name is Yen, and she's been working very hard to try to resolve this problem. So we still have more updates. We don't know where we're going. Again, our first choice was a replacement of a different item, but we don't want to pay any excess costs. In lieu of that, if we can't get that, our next option will be replacement of the tabletop, which they also offered, or we wouldn't mind having a refund. So we're going to see where this goes. That saga is still continuing. We'll continue to update that on as we receive more information. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to do a quick test of the application on Nessa's phone to see if that will resolve the problem with uploading the test strip. Let me do that real quick and I'll report back on how that went. Alright, so this is our test. This is something I'm doing to be proactive, waiting on a response back from Hayward. So anyway, Melly from Hayward, if you're watching this, this is what I'm doing. This is the new phone. This is my wife's phone. She has the bigger, better, newer, smarter one. But I think our wives always get the best. Joke long. So anyway, this over here is my old one that it does not work on. It gets to this point right here, and then when you go to the section where it says you have to do the test, dip a test strip, it won't send. You'll see it will fail there if we go back. You can see that on an earlier video. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing on my wife's phone, and it also has new software just loaded on this one. And we're going to do dip a test strip. So we're going to follow the instructions on here, and the instructions are basically the same as we had before. Dip the test strip 12 inches deep for 2 seconds, shake once to remove the excess water, align the test strip on the calibration card, and then take the photo in natural daylight, avoid shadows and reflections. And that's what I did on the previous test. Then you click test, take a photo, and then what will happen is it's supposed to upload. It will not upload on that app, on that phone. We're going to try it on here again to be proactive. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and the next step is take a photo. You just have to line everything up properly. And this is our picture here. And then we're going to hit send. Test strip upload failed. Same problem we have on this phone over here. So, it's not device. I think I'm going to close today's episode. This is still an open progress, an open ticket on both of these companies. And we'll continue to report on our progress on how our customer support tickets are being resolved. Remember, we have one open with Phin. Has to do with technical support mainly, and we have one with the seller on Alibaba that has to do with how we are being treated as far as our return or refund or exchange of a product that they sold us that came in broken. We'll continue to update on all these. But something I want to mention when it comes to doing something with customer service that a lot of people overlook. And a lot of people fail because they don't do one of the steps that I'm about to talk about. And that's what I call the 3 Ps. Now the 3 Ps that I'm talking about that I coined are patience, persistence, and politeness. If you use the combination of these 3 together, most of the time you end up with a very happy customer service experience for both you as well as the company that you're dealing with. So take that into consideration when you're trying to get something done to help you out with something that you're not very happy with. Well, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please share. And if you have not subscribed, just click on that little MPID dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time from right here in the Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.